Uh, hey Jennifer, how you
Hi,
doing?
I'm so great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks again for joining me back on the podcast.
Yes,
The first time we had some technical issues, but we're back here doing it again.
we are.
I wanted to start the podcast off by we did this the last time, and I want to read it again because it stood out to me so much the first time. I was like, I need to read this.
Mhm.
So, this is in chapter 11. You wrote, in journalism, it's often said, if it bleeds, it leads. People are strangely drawn to drama and trauma. To me, chapter one of our life, with all its bleeding, is not the best or even the biggest part of our story. I only shared. This is what I read last time, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm gonna restart this. Hold on.
Okay,
I don't like the way that turned out. Okay. We'll just
we'll just take three.
take 3. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right. Chapter 11. In journalism, it's often said if it bleeds, it leads. People are strangely drawn to drama and trauma. To me, chapter 1 of our life, with all of its bleeding, is not the best or even the biggest part of the story. I only shared so you understand a little bit of how I got into the wilderness. We all have a story, and I bet yours has some dark chapters too. If all we do is survive, I believe we've missed the point. We're called to share the lessons. So I read that the last time we did the podcast, and I was like, "Oh, I am going to open the podcast with this." And so I had to open it again with it.
Mhm.
Um, Tell me about that when you wrote that. What were you thinking?
I was thinking that sometimes people feel compelled to share their story and just to for the sake of the story, just getting it out of their heart or whatever. Um, and our story was so startling to people when it became public because we just really looked good on the outside and nobody knew what was going on behind the scenes, which is common for people in general. We like to lead with our happy face, right? So it would be easy to get drawn into that and stuck there, and I think some people do, and that's what's so heartbreaking about it. So when I wrote that, it was really I'm like a one person cheerleading squad to say, get back up. Like I understand life is hard, but you don't have to stay there. So that's what that was about.
I love that because that's literally the origin story of the podcast. And I remember when I was in high school, I was in this small group. It was a forensic class, and we
Interesting.
were working in like a 4-person group, and we would sit there and just talk about like life or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was telling this girl that was in my group about like the things that were happening at home,
Yeah.
and she just like looked at me and like dumbfounded, and she was like, I couldn't even like tell that any of this stuff had happened to you. She's like, you don't carry it like you don't seem like your life seems perfect.
Yeah.
And I remember that like that stuck with me like throughout my whole adulthood. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So like, I think oftentimes people try to like cover up the things that happen to them because they want to seem like that happy person. They want to seem like everything's perfect and fine. But then deep down, there's always something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. People are dying quietly, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, you lived it, I lived it. Look around, look at the around at the people in your world. Chances are those folks are experiencing those things as well. And if you feel like you're alone, it's like a double trauma. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like I'm drowning and I don't have permission to let anybody know that I'm drowning. Therefore, it could be the final chapter. Yikes. And it
That is
doesn't
scary.
it doesn't have to be, and it does not have to be because there is help available and there are safe people and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you connected with Katie, right?
I did.
Yeah, and she is a huge proponent of like mental health and helping people through those types of challenges.
Yeah, yeah.
Such an awesome person. She's been on the podcast too.
I know, and she has graciously, kinda stepped in to help me, to mentor me into, a greater platform
That's
with
awesome.
regards to that, because this is all it's kind of new territory for me. So I
Yeah.
feel really, really honored about that.
So I guess let's kind of take a step back. Let's talk about your story. Now you wrote a book about your what you went through, and it was a bunch of like emotional, mental, um, trauma that was kind of like suppressed, correct? Like throughout the years, and
Yeah,
just you just kind of had it like a breakdown.
a complete breakdown.
Yeah,
Yes.
tell me about that. Like, where did it? How did it start? And what what did it when it got to its worst? What did it look like?
Wow, startling. So it was interesting. I was having a conversation with another friend recently, and I frequently talk about where I really started getting broken was when I was sexually assaulted in high school. However, when I think about it, I actually got broken much earlier than that because the trauma in my family goes back generations. So part of part of the gap in my soul came from my dad experiencing some mental health challenges when I was little, and I don't even remember him being absent. And but he struggled, and he struggled because his birth father abandoned him when he was a toddler. So
Wow.
so the holes in me actually started back with my biological grandfather that I never even met.
It's crazy how generational trauma can affect a lineage, essentially.
Absolutely. And in my other career, I'm very successful in the skincare and beauty industry. And that's all fun and games. There's nothing scary about lip gloss, right?
Well,
Right?
you're literally putting a face on.
Yes, exactly, right? But, but but so that's why, and that's just all fun and games. That's super great. And because I already have that, I really kind of came into coaching and writing, kicking and screaming because this is not easy and it's not pretty. But what really compelled me to do it was I thought back over my history, um, and what if my dad had had a coach to come alongside him in that season when he felt so alone and so broken and not functioning well? What if somebody had intervened and
Mm,
helped him be healthier? That would have changed my story. That would have changed my marriage, my kids, my grandkids.
yeah,
So when you understand the power of that and the generations that you can impact, you can't not step
right,
up and do that. So that trauma really was generational, as you said. Really, and then when I got broken, when I had that incident in high school, and I literally overnight decided people were not. I was not going to trust people again. That
wow.
the world was not safe. And I was speaking with my other friend recently, and she said, "Oh, so you like, but you didn't consciously decide that." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I absolutely. I remember. I remember the day. It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, and I consciously decided to just be strong and on my own and not connect with people, and it's a very, very bad foundation for a life. So, I did go forward to be successful in many ways, and married and family and all of the things. But when you uh, but when you have made a decision to not be healthy and then walk in that, and then you come up to another trauma or loss, and you have a shaky foundation already, and you don't have the skills, the self-awareness, or the support to handle this in a healthy manner. So your life was going this direction, and then it took a turn and a turn and a turn and a turn, and I just had several of those back to back. Financial challenges, career challenges, marriage challenges, health challenges. I mean, it was just a lot
Yeah,
back to back, and I did not have, and I didn't have what I needed to be healthy about any of it.
yeah.
So one day I just broke. Literally one day I'm a successful business owner. And the next day I could not get out of bed. I could not return a phone call, and I did not care if I lived or not. It was just, yeah. So if you can imagine, Jen has left the building.
She checked out.
Yeah, completely,
Yeah.
completely. And people that knew me in that season said that it was just, I mean, to this day, I mean, it's about 7 or 8 years in the rearview mirror at this
Okay.
point, but there are folks that are still in my life that are my friends, and to this day, they will look at me and cry at at how sad it was that I was just, my soul was gone, just vacant. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you ever like have thoughts of like suicide or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
4 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you never acted on it.
I did not.
You just were
Very
essentially just existing.
right. I mean, I had, yes, I kinda set things in place to do that, but then I actually never did. So,
No, well, thankfully.
yeah,
Uh,
agreed,
yeah.
agreed. Yeah.
So
My life now is so rich and so worth it.
yeah, I mean, you're helping people. You wrote a book
Yeah.
about it, and I'm sure that anybody who reads it is inspired by it. And then now you're
Yeah.
working on being a coach and
No.
changing the trajectory of other people's lives
Yes.
when they're at their lowest point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I if I can prevent people from losing 4 years of their life, that would be pretty great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you were in when you had the what would you call it? Like an episode or what like a
Breakdown.
breakdown?
Yeah.
Um what was that like? And obviously you were like probably like you felt alone. You were checked out, but like what was that like?
And I frequently tell people that if you have never experienced it, I cannot explain it to you in a way that you will understand. You will not get it. If you have been there, you will never forget it.
Did you still go about like normal daily activities? No, you,
No, no, I stopped. I stopped, showering,
wow.
stopped eating, lost my business entirely, just stopped functioning.
Wow.
It was like a panic attack to answer the phone, so I just didn't.
Wow.
Um, Going to the store, not an option. Yeah, couldn't couldn't function at all. It was like somebody took over my body. Yeah, weird.
Wow.
Yeah. I actually
Y-
just I describe it, the physiology of it, in, I think it was in chapter 3.
Okay.
My body, I felt disconnected from my body.
Have you ever had that feeling
Weird.
since?
I have not.
No.
I have not. So 4 years of that was enough.
Wow. Yeah, I would I would hope so.
That's my quota. I don't really wanna do that ever again. But it is interesting because I've heard people say that you don't ever, that if you do struggle with depression and anxiety, that you don't ever really get over it. I consider myself completely healed of that at this point.
Okay.
And
Why did they say that? Do you know?
I don't, because I think people just kinda, tend to dip back into that,
Right.
and my own doctor told
So
me that.
so are they saying
She's like, "Chemically, you have some things going on, and it's just always gonna be a struggle." And I'm saying, "Nope, it is
is
not."
it
I'm
something you
not.
can change though? Because if it's like a chemical imbalance, can you change that?
Yes, absolutely. So with medication,
Yeah.
with proper nutrition, exercise,
Right.
um, spiritual help,
Yeah.
mindset help. There are lots and lots of ways to combat that. One of the things specifically about me that I learned is I have a genetic defect. It's a double variant on what's called the MTHFR gene,
Okay.
and so my body cannot retain or process folate, which
Oh.
is a mood stabilizer.
Yeah.
So you have to have really, like, once you understand that about yourself, you have to take really specific supplements to help
Okay.
with that. So yeah,
So
there are a
what
lot of
supplements did
ways.
you take?
It's actually with a company called ID Life,
Okay.
methylfolate, And I've been so impressed with them that they're my go-to for
Okay.
my supplements now. So
Wow.
that one in particular is called methylfolate.
Okay. And
Yes,
it just your body processes that
it does.
better. Is it just a different form of it?
Yeah, and the absorption is
Okay.
better. So, I
Okay.
mean, you really have to do your homework. As you know, you're a health guy, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of nonsense
A
on
ton.
the shelves.
Yeah.
You can throw your money away on a lot of stuff that's not great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that I found a good health coach
That's
with
awesome.
that.
That's
Yep,
awesome. So you definitely believe in coaches.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you think that did you not know of coaches back when you had or was there coaches a thing when you had this struggle?
Um, I thought I was fine
Okay.
until I wasn't.
Yeah.
And at that point, and that's why I want to get my message out now, because somebody asked me, they're like, "So when you crashed, did you want to reach up for help?" No.
Yeah, you don't want anybody's help.
I don't. I wanna be left the heck alone.
Right.
Like, that was
Hey, you're
really
fine. You're doing great.
yeah, although, I mean, I think I was the only one that was believing it at that point.
Right.
Like, clearly we're not fine. Yeah. So I don't know. So at that point, I would not have been open to a coach. So what I've realized for myself is the people that I want to speak to are a couple of audiences actually. Myself before I got too far gone.
Mm.
So when you have that sense like I am in the direction of not okay.
Yeah.
Because if someone had told me prior to that breakdown, what that would be like, I would have thought they were
Joking.
Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
Because you cannot fathom the level of desperation until you're there, and then you're like, "Ooh, wow, this is terrifying." Anywho, so now I wanna catch people before they get there. One of the things that I'm working on, a project that I'm working on is a course called Transforming in Your Transitions,
Mm.
because what I realized about myself is that, those pivotal moments where I had trauma and loss and all of the things, a lot
Yeah.
of them were transitions, and I did not know how to navigate them. So if I can give people tools in that transitional period, maybe we can keep them from going sideways like
A
that.
transition meaning like something like changes in life, like a
Yes.
pivotal moment in life.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So you're getting married and you're like, "I don't actually know how to, do this."
Okay.
Or you're getting unmarried and it wasn't your idea. Like, "How do I grieve that?" And all the messy pieces and parts to that.
Right.
I mean,
How do you like make it specific to somebody with keeping it like general topic?
I recently, so one of the things, I don't know if I had actually done this when we did the first podcast. I've been studying with a neuropsychologist,
Okay.
Dr. Shannon Irvin.
Oh,
So
cool.
now I actually have kind of a tool belt of very specific tools that can be used by anybody to literally neurochemically rewire your brain to have
Mm.
the life that you want, opposed to the one that you think that you're stuck with,
Okay.
that maybe is not your favorite.
Right.
And there are a lot of things connected to that. Kind of a values assessment, really getting to the core of who you are. Some of us go through life and we don't feel like we even have permission to ask the question of who am I really, and what do I want?
And it
What do I
changes so
feel
much
called
too.
to?
I think it changes
Yes,
drastically throughout life. I mean, I've witnessed it personally in my life. Like
right.
you're a different person. I mean, and it depends on who you're with,
Yeah.
depends on like who your kids are, what type of things they like to do, what type of things your spouse likes to do, what type of stuff you like to do. Things change over time. I've noticed that with my own life.
Yes. And when you're this version of yourself trying to fit into it, like a square peg in a round hole. So
Yeah.
like I have this version of me, but now my circumstances are different and this isn't working.
Right.
You gotta figure that stuff out. So I have a course which is general information, but there will always also be a support community
Okay.
available, and there will be
Wow.
access to me to do some one-on-one things as
So
well.
it's all online then.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
very jazzed.
Where's it at?
Well, it's online, and right now right now I'm building the wait list.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not launching yet.
Okay.
But building the wait list for folks who might want to hop on board and check that out. Also working on an online summit with some other guest coaches. So that whole world is just kind of blowing up in a good way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's all
Thanks.
new since you were here last time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
remember we were
crazy.
having that conversation. We're like, wow, darn that technology that didn't record properly. And we both
Yeah.
were like, there's a reason. Who
There's
knows?
always a reason.
Yeah.
And usually it's better the second time.
Yeah.
You're more comfortable.
Do you feel
Yeah.
are you feeling good?
I feel good.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Yeah.
Now let's kind of go back to your story because we kind of like just grazed right through it.
We did.
Um,
I'm so sorry
no, you're
about
fine. You're
that.
fine. That's literally what we can do on the podcast.
Perfect. So
So
take me back to wherever you want
I
to
want to go back
re-enter
to
that.
when you started to come out of it. You spent 4 years in this space of
Hell.
hopelessness and hell. Um, when when did you come out of it, and what made you want to actively
And
change? I guess that's the
yeah.
question.
So, so that's a great story. So I spent since I wanted to be left alone and but I had a family and anywho, part of my background is in the performing arts. So I know how to play a part. I sure do. So I said, okay, maybe if I go to counseling, they will leave me alone because they'll think I'm trying to get better. Like, you know what I mean? So I was just gonna fake getting better or being in a position to get better like I cared, which I didn't. But, so I actually spent a year in a program called Celebrate Recovery. Very, very good program. And I started getting better in spite of myself. So, like, I got in that environment, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe this would work," and whatnot. So, it was actually, really a couple things that happened. I got in Celebrate Recovery and kinda found that those little baby tools that, there was a different way to do life and to think and to
Mhm.
not be alone, and, yeah, and to process some of that stuff. So, when I was so broken, I just didn't feel like there were options, and all of a sudden I
Yeah.
get in this recovery program, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So, it gave me, like, this glimmer of hope, right? So, one thing happened actually was and I talk about it in this book, and it's my friend Sherry, and she's given me permission to use her name and all of the things, 'cause it's a recovery program, it's anonymity, all of the things.
Right.
But, I really didn't express emotion for, I don't know, a good 20 years, like
Whoa.
like a long, long time, because my husband had PTSD, and so you don't ever know what you're coming home to, and it's just easier to be quiet.
He worked in he was a like a social worker, right?
Yeah,
He
he
worked in
worked
a
in
very like
juvenile corrections.
stressful
Yeah,
environment.
dual diagnosed, sex offenders that were incarcerated. It
Wow.
was a place called Huron Center in, Whitmore Lake. It's no longer there, but,
Wow.
he was literally in fear for his life, for 10 years, 8 to
Every
16 hours a day.
every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Do they side note,
Perfectly
completely
fine.
off the do they offer like services for people that worked in environments like that? Like therapy or anything like that?
I wasn't aware of anything that was offered from his employer at the time.
Wow.
In fact, some of his coworkers, didn't make it through.
Wow.
So, like, yeah, he's good now, but he wasn't good for a long, long time.
That just
So,
adds to it too when
yes,
your coworkers end it.
right, right,
Yeah.
when they give up,
Yeah.
and
That's
that
sad.
happened more than once, and so I have great respect for I have great respect for him. He's an amazing human, even though we had very, very difficult years for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was broken too. So so I did Celebrate Recovery, we were in small group, and I had not really felt anything for a long, long time because when you're in that environment, when you just have to like, when you're scared, it's what do they call that?
Terrified, feared,
Yes. So
fearful.
you get PTSD and then there's CPTSD.
Oh,
So the PTSD that happens to the people that kept catch the shrapnel
okay.
of your trauma. So
Oh,
our
right.
whole family, that's our story right there because of how he was at that season. Anywho, so I didn't express emotion at all. But then once I started like getting a little crack in the ice, right? Then I couldn't stop crying. Well, that's great as well, right? Like this is so great. So I was in my small group with Celebrate Recovery, with a ball in my eyes. I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. I was just bawling. And Sherry looked at me and she said, "Don't do it." So even without me saying anything, she could tell that I was planning to take my own life. And she is someone who experienced that in her family of origin, and it absolutely traumatized and changed her. And she's recovering from that. And she saw that that was my plan, and she's like, "Don't do it."
That's
And it
crazy.
was a wake up
But
call.
what kind of, behaviors were you putting off that made her think that?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Yeah, I can only say it was like a God moment. Like she just somehow knew, and
Wow.
nobody knew. So if you think about the process, I went to this program I didn't want to be in,
Yeah.
and because I was there, and this little voice whispered to her
That's
to
crazy.
call me out. So that was a moment. And I also found the right counselor. Like sometimes people are don't have a great experience in counseling, or it just doesn't it's not the right fit or whatever. And I finally found the right counselor. And when his name was Michael Carr, it was a husband and wife team, W. Michael Carr. When Michael looked at me and said, "You're not crazy. Your response is appropriate to what's going on in your home." Like he's like, "Actually, as we're unpacking this, I don't know how you've been standing as long as you have."
Wow.
So for somebody to look at me and go, "It's not your fault." Because when people struggle with, mental wellness, I'm gonna say, there's mental illness. My goal is mental wellness. When people struggle with that, part of what is so insidious is you feel like it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, if I was just stronger or smarter or oh my gosh, like, and you don't need
Yeah.
any more condemnation going on in your head, right?
Yeah.
But that's what it was. So for him to say, "You're not you're not wrong. You're not the problem." It was so empowering because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, yeah." So after that, there was hope. I'm like, "Oh, well, if it's not my fault, then I do have some power, and if I have the power, I can make a different choice." And he was the one that unlocked all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You literally just needed that one person to just be like, "I believe in you."
Yeah.
It's like that, just somebody that, like, sees you, I
Yes.
guess.
Yes. Exactly right. Exactly right. Which is part of what inspired me to go on and be a coach because people need to be seen. They deserve to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those 2 things happened, and then really the thing broke. The thing broke. We were in a counseling session. Dave had said, "I don't know how much longer I can do this." Well, mind you, I have not really spoken my truth for a couple of decades.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and so all of a sudden, I decided to get strong in my soul, and I, like, have a voice again, and I talk about this in the book as well. When you shift, it all shifts,
Mm.
and that's a little that can be messy as well, but being stuck is messier,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
So, he said, "I don't know how much longer I can live like this." I said, "I agree. What do you think you should do about it?" For somebody who hasn't spoken, to make eye contact and say that statement, oh, yeah, that was a moment.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
What was the response?
he said, "Well, I'm doing everything I can." And I like in my head, I have a plan at this point. I'm like, why don't you come with me to my counselor and and support me and we'll see if that helps. And he's like, okay. So now I got him because I know that Michael will not. Michael, I couldn't speak up for myself, and part of that was because of the unhealthy dynamic that had developed between my husband and me.
Yeah.
But nobody bullies Michael, so I'm like, I'm just gonna get him in that room.
Let Michael bully him
That
around.
and he did, and he
Oh,
did. I wouldn't say he bullied him in a browbeating way, but
right,
in a called him out kind of way,
right.
and that. So one day we're in this session together, and and Michael said to him, "Why are you treating your wife like this? What kind of man are you?" And Dave got so angry that he left the session and, like, left me literally stranded in Chelsea, and the old me would have, called and texted and apologized, and "I'm so sorry," and I'm like, that that's not good." So I called my daughter and said, "Your dad just left me at our counseling session. Can you come pick me up?" And that day, it all shifted because she came and picked me up. He We had another blowout at home, and he said, "I just gotta get out of here." And, that was his go-to to kinda shift the power, right? And I just looked at him, I said, "You could do that. That has not served us well, but you're a grown man, and if that's what you wanna do, go ahead. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow, or I won't." Like, isn't that, I mean, and that might sound really, really cold, but I kind of knew in my soul that this was a pivotal moment. And I went to bed, and I slept like a baby, and I'm not sure what happened that night. I'm not sure what happened that night. I can only say he wrestled with God, I think. I really do. To this day, he does not remember if he stayed home or left.
Wow,
He does not remember. But 7 o'clock the next morning, he was a changed man, and he
wow,
came and he knelt down by the bed, and he held my hand, and he said, "I'm so sorry that I hurt you." And I had never heard those words in 25 years of marriage. And it took me almost losing my life to wake him up to the fact that he needed to get healthy. And that was the moment. I got up, I took a shower, I put on makeup for the first time in 4 years.
wow,
I, threw away my medication. I called my counselor, I said, "Hey, I'm better." And I was. And
wow.
I restarted my other business and built it back stronger, and it's been on the upward trajectory ever since. But it really, like, it was like that season, and Dave will tell you this now, that season was as much for him as it was for me, because he was really broken, and I got broken as a result of the shrapnel, and now, we're repairing with our kids and everything, so
And
it's been a lot, but it's worth it.
to think that, like, had you not tried getting better, that your husband also probably wouldn't have gotten better.
Right.
He probably would still be on the same path.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cycle, like you got the ball rolling, and then
Yeah, exactly.
which is amazing.
Yep,
How many
and
people?
the power of one person to do that. The
Yeah,
power of one person to do that. So, there have been a couple instances where he would slip back into those old behaviors, and I will look him in the eye and go, "Do you remember the power that you have in this family?"
snaps back.
Yup. "You are the guy that got humble, and it changed everything. Don't do not go back and be that guy."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How many people? I mean, you think about, like, so many people are damaged in so many ways, and you have
Yeah.
two people in a relationship, and one has their experiences, the other has their experiences, and then they come together, and then they have this terrible experience together, and then they live this terrible life. And
Yeah.
how many people constantly do that every single day without even looking for a solution?
Yeah. But it breaks my heart.
It happens all the time.
I know, I know, and we can do better. We can do one person needs to decide there is something better. There has to be. There has to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So then that's when you started your coaching business.
I wrote the book.
You wrote the book.
I wrote the
Okay.
book.
What business did you start?
I started back with Mary Kay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And so that's still going to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I started back over and, from ground zero and built it bigger and stronger than it was the
Wow.
first time around. So I love that
Do you
because lip gloss is fun.
do you apply your personal story to that at all?
A little bit, a little bit. What an interesting question. Because, so I share products. I also share our career opportunity. Well, one of the things that's built into our career opportunity is personal development and self confidence.
Oh,
I know it's actually a thing. It's actually part of what that company feels called to do.
okay.
So I am able to share that in that whole dark period that was just awful, I would still be dreaming about Mary Kay. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Like, 4 years have gone by. My customers have moved on because they had to wash their face with something. And I was not calling them back, right? That's not good. Um, but I would still dream about it because it was such a beautiful, supportive, environment. I feel like it was part of the life raft to get me through to not take my
Wow.
life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was so much beautiful support there. So, so I love that I'm able to leverage that platform as well, just
Yeah.
to be in the space of women and see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
when you have a charcoal mask on your face, we're all besties.
Hey,
Like,
I wear charcoal masks.
it
Yeah.
it's
I
fa
love them.
agreed. Everyone should do that.
I like
Agreed.
the peel ones. That's the one. Yeah.
Well, that's why you have such great skin. See? Now I know. I just thought it was because you were young.
No,
Oh, shoot. It's intentional. Yeah, work at it. Okay,
it
cool.
feels amazing.
Yeah.
Feel the blackheads coming off.
I agreed.
Yeah. I buy them for my kids too. They do like the little moisturizing
Do a
ones.
little mask
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
That's adorable. I love it. Every dad should do that.
Absolutely.
Yep, yep, yep. And my husband, very manly, we charcoal mask together.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so here this is amazing. Like, this is the beauty of restoration. We are now Santa and Mrs. Claus. Literally. Like, yeah,
Every year.
yeah.
Wow.
For most of the month of December.
Where do you do that at?
Like, anybody that wants to hire us.
Oh, so you like freelance
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
It started out with this little, light parade where we live in Stockbridge,
Okay.
and it's like, dude, he looks like Santa Claus, so why the heck not? And I sing, so I'm the singing Mrs. Claus doing carols in the
Oh,
parade,
that's cool.
and it's just turned into this ridiculous, awesome thing. But to go from when it was bad, I was like, I'm gonna divorce him or kill him. I do not have a strong preference. Like, either would be
Strong
fine.
preference.
Either would be fine. I just need
Whichever
out of
comes
this,
first.
right? So to go from that to we literally are Santa and Mrs. Claus, and
That is awesome.
we are crazy about each other, and it's so worth it. So worth it.
How long have you guys been married?
35 years.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And I thought about it, but 20 of them were pretty ugly. So it really went downhill when I was pregnant with our daughter, who is now 28, and I would say it was pretty ugly till 2018 when I got better.
Wow.
So yeah, the other side is worth it, but it was
Yeah.
20 years of difficult.
So you guys met when you were young then?
Yeah, college.
So I was
So I started college when I was 17.
okay. Wow,
So
you're
yeah,
very smart.
well, thanks. Or I was just that's how my birthday fell, and I don't know, maybe. So yeah, and he's a little bit older. So
Okay.
yeah, but
I
we
was
met in
thinking about
college.
like people when they get together when they're young, you don't know who you are as a person. You're literally still a child developing who you are.
Yeah.
Like I thought about when I had my daughter
Uh-huh.
and I'm sitting here raising this kid. And if I showed you a picture of me when I had my daughter,
Were you like a baby?
I had like no facial hair. I was a baby. And I think
Has your voice changed?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, completely. I sound like a man now.
I love it.
Um,
That's
and my
great.
body's
Mhm.
different, literally, like, everything. My mindset is completely different. You're
Yeah.
just a completely different person, but I remember when I had a kid, I thought, "Man, I'm just a kid, raising a kid."
Yeah.
And then I think about, like, the whole generational trauma thing that, we were just talking about. Like, I think about when I was 28 years old, I had 2 kids, and my mom lost us to foster care when she was 28 years old.
Mm.
And, like, I couldn't even imagine what that would be like at
Mhm.
28. I don't know, it's crazy to think about. Like, people are just kids raising kids. You truly don't know who you are as a person until you're
Right.
in your 30s.
Yeah, your brain is not even done developing until you're 25 or 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even then, you still don't know who you are.
No, I
I
no, yeah, for absolutely.
So it's crazy to, like, hear a story like that, and you're like, "Oh, we spent 20 years fighting," but it's like, you guys didn't even know who you were. You're just spending 20 years together developing who you are
It
together.
Yeah, we met when I was 17, we didn't get together till I was 24.
Oh, okay.
So I tell people, like, he had to wait 7 years for me to develop the patience to actually live with me. That's that's what I think. So we were not kids when we got together,
Yeah.
but stuff just goes sideways.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Life is challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Where'd you go to college?
A couple different places, but mostly Concordia, Ann Arbor.
Okay.
So, small
Yeah,
little private school. It was
cool.
good. It was amazing.
Awesome.
It's a good experience, we're thankful.
When did you start the coaching business? So that's a recent thing, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me
Yes.
about that.
So I wrote the book book was published in, 2023, and the coaching is really recent in the last, like, 6 months.
Okay.
And it was because I don't know, I was just scared. Why does anybody put off something that can help the world? Because 'Cause you're scared.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's relatively recent.
Fear of rejection,
Yeah,
maybe?
or
Yeah.
something new, right? So in my Mary Kay business, I have my own clients, but I'm also a business coach for about 100 women,
Okay.
and I'm always telling them, "You can do hard things." And then I'm like, I'm being a big baby about this thing. Yeah, so I had to wrestle with some stuff for myself, and where I really connected the dots is when I thought about what if somebody had helped my dad and how different that would be, and I think once and that
Yeah.
was really the light bulb moment for me, like if I am in a position with some skills, it and the compassion and what I feel is the calling to help people,
Yeah.
and you don't do it, whose grandchildren will never know the best version
Right.
of somebody that I could have helped and I didn't?
Yeah.
Uh, that is a burden of regret that I don't wanna live with
Yeah.
when you
That
could have helped and you didn't. So I feel compelled to get over myself and help.
have you hired, or has anybody hired you, I should say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
How many
yep.
how many clients do you have?
One.
Just 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's doing and I'm so proud of her, and she's doing
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
huge leaps and bounds in the last 6 months for her.
Is it a learning curve for you working with somebody else and dealing with somebody I guess a different set of issues than what you're used to with yourself?
I think anytime you're doing something new, it's a learning curve,
Yeah.
but the skills that I got from my studies with Dr. Shannon are
Yeah.
really universal.
Okay.
So, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
I think
That's
so
gotta be,
too.
an extremely rewarding thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
I remember it's not the same thing, but, like, I ended up coaching one of my friends, like, fitness-wise, trained him,
Yeah.
and he lost over 100 pounds, and,
Beautiful.
um and, yeah, it was one of the greatest things to see. Like, he didn't see it, but I'm like, You've gotten so much better. Like,
Yeah,
you've lost a lot of weight, you still have a lot to go, but you are killing it, and it was so cool to see.
yeah. And
Um
I mean, think about it, like, that he's not gonna get diabetes. he's not gonna have a heart attack. I
Right.
mean, you
You're
have
literally getting
changed
healthier.
somebody's life. Yeah.
And it's such a good feeling when
Mhm.
you know that you played a positive impact on somebody's life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not the same thing, but it is the same thing,
It
essentially.
absolutely the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So her story is different because I helped her, and that helps a family, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've actually had a lot of coaches on this podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's something that's blown up over the last couple of years, coaching. Because
Mhm.
I think that, like, people would rather hire somebody that has, because typically coaches have gone through something. They've gone through whatever they're trying to work with, like,
Right.
some sort of trauma or whatever, health or whatever. They have the expertise in that specific category.
Yes.
And people would almost rather hire them than maybe a therapist because they have a better understanding and more of a, like, a real world experience, I guess,
Mhm.
for that
Yes.
situation.
It's not just, and I'm a huge proponent of therapy, and
Yeah, me
I
too.
and I tell people, like, that is not what I do.
Yeah.
I don't have that degree, and if you, come to me and I do not have the skill set to help you, I have people in my pocket that I can refer
Yeah.
to do that therapy. But, yeah, a coach is different.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
It's just like I think also it's different for different people. Some people need a different type of instruction, I guess, like a different type of, mentorship
yeah.
method, I guess you would
Yep.
say.
Yep, yep, yep.
Therapy was always good for me, like talk therapy,
Mhm.
being able to work through issues, but then, like, as far as, like, critical thinking and, like, learning how to, like, set, like, some sort of, like, schedule or discipline, you almost need a coach for.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Accountability.
Accountability, thank
Yeah,
you.
and accountability and somebody to celebrate you as well.
Yeah.
I think people we tend to, well, number 1, sometimes we don't have that discipline and you need somebody to kick your hiney.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is sometimes, and a lot of people in my world are high performers. I'm an entrepreneur and I tend to attract those kind of folks.
Yep.
And, so high performers can be very, self-critical. So there's and I would say that the course that I'm developing, that's one of the target market of people that could benefit from the course, I believe, is those folks um, who have such a gap between where they are and their vision, and they
Mhm.
can't figure out why,
Right,
right?
right.
But part of what we sometimes don't do well is celebrate ourselves. So we're our eyes are always on the goal, on the goal, on the goal, and they're like, I'm still way back here." Right, but also you're not back here,
Right,
like,
right.
right? And sometimes you need somebody to, like, grab your hand and go, "You are killing it."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you don't see the
success breeds
small
success,
steps.
right?
You don't see the small steps you've taken as a person over the
Yeah.
course of maybe a couple months, but somebody else might see all these tremendous steps that you've taken.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you can, embrace that as part of your identity, "Oh, like, I am winning." Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that just inspires you to win more.
Yeah,
It's good.
absolutely.
So
One of the greatest feelings I have, and it's not the same. I always compare everything to fitness, but when I'm in the gym, I'm working out with my friend Justin. Like yesterday, I was working out with him after work in the gym, and I was doing something. I can't remember what lift I was doing, but while I was doing it, I was in the middle of the set, struggling in the middle of the set, and he's like, "Dude, it's like your muscles are like full. You're looking really good." I'm like, "Thanks, dude." Like, and it's one of those things that you don't notice it because I see myself all the time, but, like,
Yeah.
somebody else who hasn't seen me as often,
Yeah.
notices that. It makes you wanna go harder, it makes you wanna, like, keep going, and yeah,
Exactly.
it's positive reinforcement.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. I told you, like, when we met last time, I'm like, "Man, you inspire me to get to work out again." And you did. So I got back to working out.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
I love it. That's awesome.
I still have a long way to go. So one of the things that happened when I went through my, season of depression, I gained 120 pounds.
Wow.
So I went from size 4 to size 28.
Whoa.
Yes.
And then when
It's
you
not
when you
good.
got healthy, you dropped.
Yes. Yeah. So
Wow.
I'm somewhere in between those numbers
Wow.
now.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hey, it's all a journey, and it's not about, "Oh, I got here, and now poor me." Like, it's about trying to get back,
Yes.
and it's the journey back.
And once you get back, then you get to give back.
Yeah,
So I think that I just made that up. Do you like it?
I do.
There you go. Put that on a t-shirt.
That might be the slogan or the title of this podcast.
I love it.
Well, I'm gonna
Get
write that down.
get back and then give back.
Get back.
Sweet. Yeah, that's
Okay,
I like it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Because your comeback story is not just for you,
No.
you know? Like, and people will look at me and they're like, "We saw you and we see you now." And that gives me hope that I can have a chapter 2. And
Yeah,
that is the point. Because depression and anxiety are they're it's an equal opportunity predator. It it can happen to anybody. It
yeah,
can happen to anybody. Um, but the flip side is true as well. Recovery is available for everybody too.
right.
Yeah.
It's
So
about the knowledge, of how to find that recovery. I mean, because, like, we're now fortunate to be in a time where, like, it's okay to talk about mental health and, like, talk about the things that you need to do in order to get better.
mhm.
But, like, your generation and your dad's generation, all that was frowned upon.
Right.
Even, like, some
Right. You
of
were just
my
supposed to
generation
suck it up.
even some of
Yeah.
my generation, I mean, like, in the I'd say probably 90s, it wasn't until, like, the 2000s where we started. I don't even know when in the 2000s that it became acceptable, but
Yeah.
it wasn't until recently.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think it's still a thing.
Yeah,
The stigma attached to
right,
that.
right.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
One thing I wanted to touch on, you wrote your book in a weekend,
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yup. Yeah.
What was that like?
It was fun. It was fun. So
You're a psychopath, by the
thank
way.
you. I
In a
know,
good way.
I know. So when I've recently been diagnosed with, extreme ADHD.
No wonder.
Yes, yes. So, like, when I'm on a path, I
Yeah,
am on the path.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, no, so how it came about was I was actually on another podcast with my friend Jason Tracy, and, uh, and I knew I was supposed to write a book about to help people, but I hadn't, like, I knew I was supposed to, but I didn't want to, but I knew I was supposed to. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So I'm on this podcast, telling the story for the first time to the worlds.
Mhm.
And I said, "Oh, and I'm writing a book about my recovery." Because I knew if I said it out loud, then I would have to do it. So I went home to tell my husband, I'm like, "I guess I'm writing a book now." Because I just told Jason Tracy and hundreds of people that I'm gonna do that. So so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that this weekend. All right, cool. So I go up into my writing studio and I just knocked it out. And he would like open the door. He's like, "Did you shower?" Nope. "Do you want me to bring you more coffee?" Yes. So it was just like that. And it just fell out of my head onto the
Wow.
paper. And my background is in English and journalism and all of that. I've been writing for a long time,
Okay.
mostly, short inspirational stuff.
Right.
So,
So when you write, obviously it was your story, so it's probably easier to write. But when you write something like, let's say, a book, what is your process for that?
there's a lot of ways to do that. For me, I just do, I do brainstorming and mind mapping. So you'll have like your main topic in the middle, and you'd be like, okay, so I can talk about ways to not spiral. Okay, that's gonna be a chapter. And I actually draw it out visually.
Oh,
And
okay.
then and so the main topics I draw it out visually. In my background, it would be outline form. It's not how my brain works
Right.
because this makes me think of this. So I do it like that. It ends up looking like a spider web.
Okay.
So you get the thing in the middle with all the legs and the boom boom and the legs, and those legs have legs. And then what I do, stuff just jumps in my head, and I literally have a stack of paper that I take a piece of paper, and I cut it in quarters. So I have like all of these small little papers, and I'll put one thought on a paper and one thought on a paper, and it just goes,
Wow.
and then I lay them all out, and I go, okay, this has to do with recovery. You go in that pile. So
Wow.
that's how I do it.
You should teach a course on that.
Thanks.
That's actually a really good idea.
That was it. That was the course. You're welcome. Hope you liked it. Yeah, so that's how I did it because
Wow.
because of how my brain works.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, and
I think
I just put it out there in bite-sized pieces and then organize it.
that's the most daunting thing about writing a book is that, like, for me, I want to write a book and I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
I just have no idea where to start.
I would say begin with the end in mind. What do you want your book to do?
That's the thing. That's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Like for me personally, I want I want the book to be about my life, the things that I had gone through, getting through those things, obviously rising above, how the podcast came to be, all the experiences that came from the podcast. But I don't know if I want it to be like a leadership type book or if I want it to be like an autobiography type of thing.
And what if it was well, number 1, what if it was both?
It could definitely be both.
Mine is both. Mine is
Yeah.
both. My publisher actually said, she's like, "Jen, we love you." She said, "Normally we have to tell people that it can't just be about, um, and don't take this wrong, but vomiting your story. If
Right.
that's all you do, you're like, oh, that's a really sad movie." The end. I mean, there's, you know what I mean? There's like, that's cathartic for the
Right.
person writing it, but it doesn't necessarily benefit the world.
Right.
But for you, the rising above part, like this makes you relatable. I mean,
Right.
and you shared a little bit about your story, and I can't even imagine like this you. I understand that now you have embraced all of those things, not that they were good things. We will never say that the what you
They're
dealt with was okay,
Yeah, they're not good.
but who they made you is
Right.
very good.
Yeah. The
And
lessons that were learned.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be both. And the other thing I would say about that is sometimes we drag our heels on things, because we're fearful to make a mistake,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So if I just don't make a decision, then I can't be wrong. That will keep you stuck.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So if you're like, I'm gonna make this decision, and I might need to tweak it, but it not making a decision is a decision, and
Right.
it's helping nobody.
Right. That's
So
true. That's a good point.
there you go.
Here you are coaching me.
There you go. No, because I think that would be super powerful. And when
Yeah.
you are ready to do that, I'll come bring you little papers. Go, here's David. What can I do to serve you? I'll bring you coffee. No, you probably don't drink coffee.
I do.
You do yet?
I love coffee.
Sweet. Next podcast, we'll bring some coffee.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. What do you have with you? Something else you want to promote? Or?
So there's the book.
Okay. Yep.
And this is so. Oh, I have a couple things. So I have a free audio for people if they want to.
Audiobook?
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's I actually said on your podcast.
Yeah, you did.
I did. You're like, when is the audiobook coming? I'm like, oh, he Jason Tracy'd me. Sure did. So I said I was doing the audiobook this summer, and I now have a studio to do that.
Wow.
So yeah, that's happening. So thank you for being the
Yeah.
catalyst to inspire me to do that.
Absolutely.
So that's coming out, but that's not the audio that this is. I just have a quick like 12-minute audio that gives a little bit of my book
Okay.
and a couple of the tools from Dr. Shannon that I was talking about. It's a method called Stebdar.
Okay.
And it's amazing. It's free audio, and people just have to text the word audio to my my business line. So do you
Awesome.
want me to say that out loud, or do you want it in the show notes? What do you want?
I'll just put it in the show notes.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of that and I can throw it up at the end of this episode.
Love it. And if people want to shoot me a text and ask for the audio, or shoot me an email and say put me on the wait list for the course.
Okay.
And also the online summit that I have coming up. So,
awesome.
So many
So much.
exciting things
So
coming
much.
up, right?
I'm so excited for you.
Thank
You have
you.
so much
I'm
stuff coming.
excited for you too.
Thank you.
Your book is gonna be amazing. Do you know it's gonna see, so now, like, yeah, you just need some accountability.
I know.
Do
I
it, do
know.
it, do it, do it. So is it lack of clarity? Is it lack of time? Is it you're just scared?
It's
What is
definitely
it?
not lack of time. I have all the time in the world sometimes.
Okay.
But and it's one of those things too, is like you don't need to work on it for hours a day. Right now I'm doing nothing. So if I do a little bit
Yeah.
of something every single day,
Yeah.
eventually I'll have a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So it's knowing like where to start, how I want to start it. Like how, do I like you said, I don't want it to be like me just pouring out my whole story,
Yeah.
but like somehow applying my story to like I guess life lessons.
Yeah. That'll
Yeah.
be fun. I will recommend, Chandler Bolt does a great podcast,
Okay.
and it's all about writing. That's a real
So yeah,
that
I'll
would
write
be
that down.
be a great place to start for you. Yeah.
Bolt.
Chandler Bolt.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out. And I forget the name of his podcast. That would be super helpful, right?
That's
Super helpful. But yeah.
all right. We can look them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it would be, and it'd be cool just to, be able to have something to go along with the podcast as well.
Mhm.
Like, because I did cover my story on the podcast, but not many people know that.
Yeah.
So,
And the beautiful thing about books is they outlive you.
absolutely.
Like you can get 1,000 books out in the world.
Yeah.
People getting hope from your story that you may or may not ever meet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. 100%. I love it.
Do
I was
it.
going to suggest when you do your audiobook,
Yeah.
you should do, it's like an audio podcast. Like,
Okay.
so, all right. Do you have like somebody that you're, oh no, I guess you would be reading it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you should read it and then maybe after a chapter or a couple of chapters, explain what that was about. Like kind of, or maybe have somebody interview you during that process.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like a little twofer.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There's
I will have to ponder
there's a
that.
book that do you know who David Goggins is?
I do not.
He's like a fitness, like motivational type guy, but
Nice.
he has a book called Can't Hurt Me, and actually he did it with
Ooh.
his second book too. But um, he had a ghostwriter write it for him, and then the ghostwriter read the book, but then he had David Goggins come in after like a couple chapters each time, and they
To,
would
like, talk about it.
to talk about that chapter.
Oh, that's a good
Or
idea.
yeah,
Yeah, and so people get additional goodness from
yeah,
the audiobook,
yeah, and you get kind of like a real live like what the author was thinking.
like, dig in depth, and
Yeah,
then that becomes part of the audio also.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you, I like
yeah.
that. I would do that.
Yes, you should definitely do
I'm doing that.
that.
I'm doing it. I said it out loud, so now I
I
have
love it.
to.
I love it.
There you go. There you go. Look at you being a good coach and making me be
It's
accountable.
just us throwing ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
You're also helping me.
Awesome. My
Awesome.
pleasure.
Well, Jennifer, thanks for doing this. It's been a pleasure. So
Twice.
twice, a few times, hopefully a third.
4th.
Fourth.
I will come back as often as you want me. Yeah. I mean,
Awesome.
but if you think about it, like how much has happened even between the first and
Oh my
second go
gosh.
around.
I think it
Yeah.
was in May the first time.
Was
I
it?
think so. Yeah, a lot has happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
crazy.
Crazy good.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Awesome. Well, thanks again for doing the podcast.
thank you
It
so
was a
much.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Next time you see me, I'll be really in shape.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll try.
All right. I'll hold you
Okay.
accountable.